Hello everyone, my name is Manson Fong from Hong Kong Polytechnic University. My postdoc here reports an ERP study on performance monitoring in older adults using two response log components. So let's start by reviewing some basic background. In ERP studies on conflict processing, performance monitoring, and error processing have been studied with two response log components: error-related negativity, ERN/NE, and error positivity, PE. Besides these two components, there are two lesser-known components termed the correct related negativity, CRN, and correct positivity, PC, and they are the correct counterparts for ERN and PE. They have been shown to be influenced by many factors related to performance monitoring, including pathological ones like alcoholism, OCD, etc. However, the extent to which these components are modulated by age and cognitive differences hasn't been determined. So last year, we published a paper in Brain and Language to report the associations of the correct positivity elicited during a modified flanker task with semantic fluencies in older adults. Here was our task in that study. Basically, we manipulated two factors: flanker compatibility, response compatibility. Flanker compatibility is about the compatibility between the target arrow in the middle with the neighboring flankers, while response compatibility is about whether the button press required is consistent with the direction of the target arrow. For instance, in the third and fourth condition here, although the target arrow in the middle is pointing upward or downward, the participants need to press left or right instead, thus creating some degree of response compatibility. In the present work, we aim to examine the associations with a wider range of cognitive functions. Specifically, we collected data from 8 more older adults and 32 younger subjects, making up a sample size of 72 older adults and 32 younger adults. Our main hypothesis was that performance monitoring is centrally relying on the inhibition function, memory-related functions, reasoning, or even language. Okay, so let's start with our behavioral findings. Here we found that the effect of response compatibility was larger for older than younger adults for both RT and accuracy. The effect of flanker compatibility, in contrast, was similar in both groups. Okay, so moving on to the ERP results. Here are the response log waveforms found in the two groups. First, we immediately noticed a large positive peak at about 200 milliseconds post-response with a frontal topography. However, the correct related negativity was not too clearly visible, presumably because our task was not difficult enough. Nonetheless, modulations in CRN could be seen. So in terms of the CRN amplitude, no effect of group was found, but there was an interaction between group and response compatibility, with younger adults showing a larger effect of response compatibility and virtually no effect for older adults. In contrast, for PC amplitude, no main effect of group was found, but there was a significant interaction between flanker compatibility and group, with older adults showing a larger effect of flanker compatibility than younger adults. Next up concerns how the response log components are associated with individual differences, specifically individual cognitive differences. So here we carried out simple correlation analysis with 6 cognitive measures: inhibition, short-term memory, matrix reasoning, verbal episodic memory, picture naming RT, and mean semantic fluency. In older adults, PC amplitude was found to be significantly associated with inhibition function, picture naming RT, and mean semantic fluency. However, no such correlations can be found in younger adults. For CLN amplitude, there was also no significant correlation in either group. So what our results suggest is that while the overall amplitude of CLN and PC are similar across the two groups, they are differentially sensitive to different types of conflicts. Specifically, CLN amplitude was modulated by response compatibility in younger adults, but not in older adults. In contrast, PC amplitude was modulated by flanker compatibility in older adults, but not in younger adults. In previous work, CLN modulation by compatibility was found to be absent in older adults. Our result was consistent with that, but added that PC amplitude is modulated by flanker compatibility. And then regarding the individual differences, in older adults, performance monitoring is most strongly associated with inhibition function followed by language functions and like picture naming RT and semantic fluency. The presence of these widespread correlations is consistent with the cognitive differentiation hypothesis, which suggests an increase in interrelatedness of different cognitive abilities in old age. The absence of such correlation in younger adults could be because the task might not be sufficiently difficult for younger adults, hence their cognitive functions were not consistently recruited or triggered for performance monitoring in the post-response phase. Or it could again be due to the smaller sample size we have for younger adults, which lower the sensitivity of the test. So I guess my time is up. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at cmmfong@polyu.edu.hk. Thank you for your kind attention. Bye-bye.